Good afternoon. It's November 2nd, 2023, and today we just had a big uptrend day. I'm thinking it might be a spike in channel. Um, Here's how it looks on the daily chart. We found some resistance at the midline. So what would that be? About 43.20. I remember thinking it was 43.19, and I think that was, yeah, right there. And that's what led to this sell-off. Um, but other than that, it was just an uptrend all day. So on these days, in my opinion, you really just got to know where you're comfortable buying and you got to buy because there aren't a lot of good scalp setups. And that's what typically happens on these days. You just got to buy and hold on to it and swing. I don't think scalping is a great strategy on these days unless you're just a phenomenal scalper like Mac. But anyway, I think 5 o'clock comes, yeah, right about here. So we're pulling back. There are reasons to, I didn't have this drawn now, but I had this drawn earlier. So there's reasons to consider this because I was pretty confident this was a channel. So this is the spike. If you had this, I don't think you can buy, but then we get a news item, and I just couldn't buy any of this. It was too expensive or too high priced. So I think you got to wait for the pullback. You get a two-legged pullback here. Unfortunately, this doesn't make a higher low, or else I think that'd be a good area to buy. You might want to just buy this anyway off that pullback. That's right before market open, and then market opens and off to the races. Maybe buy this higher low, and we get a sell-off right here. You get a break, and really you get a quick double test right there. But I'm not sure how I would feel at that point. I mean, you are buying low, so maybe you take one of these. You can see we correct, and then we get a second leg down. And to be honest, I like this. You can see we formed that price level right here. It's probably just off the high of these that we're finding. Maybe it's off this high. Yeah, you can see that's the level of support there. And we break out a little lower. And so, maybe you don't take this, but I like this one. Clearly a bullish day, a higher low. Come up here. This kind of looks like a second entry long. Maybe you take that. And get a gap up right here. This stuff is too far from the EMA. Here, yeah, that's okay. So if you draw that trend, you just got a break of that. So maybe you wait for something else. But really, I was just looking at this area. I was too scared to buy because of the midline. And I believe that's why we had a sell-off right there. Then we have a buyback. And so Al Brooks says big down, big up, probably a trading range. And we start going sideways and we make another leg up to these highs, and then we sell off a little bit. And when you get this double test right here, similar to this price level on this bar, I think that's a good place to enter. I don't think that's confirmation of the channel. Yeah, not yet. So we break out to the high side, we make new highs, and you get a first entry, second entry right here, but that's a bad signal bar. When you get this one though, it looks like maybe you take that. That's aggressive, but you got to be aggressive on these days. Gap up right here. So maybe you didn't get in on that, but you could get in on it with a limit order. Double top, first entry, second entry. That's a pretty good entry. Pretty good place to enter there. And you just get a vacuum test of the measured move of this range. And then it just goes sideways for a bit. I don't think I would probably stay out for a little bit. This looks like a 50% pullback, so maybe you do want to go long to test these highs, but mostly sideways. And here you're right up by market close. So I mean, what'd you get? 42 bars in the last half hour. So I like I said, I think you really just gotta be aggressive, know where you're comfortable buying on a day like today, and just swing. And you know, do your best. So, you know, perhaps we're going to the high of this channel. Perhaps with the overshoot, we're going for a break. We'll just have to wait and see. Hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.